So now you can see the basic operation of the QR when you push this inside. Okay, so the ring is on the floor. What is the point of quick release that cannot be quickly released? Hello dear customizators. So finally everything from Fanatec has arrived. So I got 3 QR2 base sides and I got 4 QR2 wheel side, and I'm going to do a couple of things, so make sure to stick around in the next few videos. I'm not sure if everything will fit in this video, but for starters I will be making an extension for my SimiCube where I want to use QR2 instead of QR1. Make sure to stick around, subscribe, click the bell notification icons, because coming few videos are going to be very interesting. I'm going to be analyzing the QR2 system and I'm going to do a lot of conversions and explain everything about it, and some new products like extension for the clubs for DD and extension for the SimiCube wheel. And as you can see, I already have the extension for the DD2 right here, and the QR2 is already mounted, so let's go. Okay, let's compare QR2 to QR1. What are the differences, what are the benefits, and maybe some downsides. The first thing you notice with the QR2, that with the QR2 you can simply just insert it in without having to push this ring, and on the QR1 you can put it in, but then you need to push the ring to connect it all the way. On the QR2 there is no play at all, it's really tight, and I believe that this system will have tight usage during its lifetime because of its design. It's made like this, so basically as these sides are getting worn out, it will always be the same because these two pieces inside are holding it against all the surfaces, so it should never become loose or anything like that. On the QR1, on the other side, there was lots of problems with this being loose, and for some people it was okay, but for some people it was worse. This one is made by me. I made sure that all the tolerances are really tight and I don't have any play in this. But Fanatec found a way. When they made DD2, they made this piece with this rubber thing right here, that when you connect this to the QR1, then you can simply tighten this bolt and the rubber expands, and then they thought this will help with the play that the different QR1s have. This was not so good because the rubber thingy was pretty sticky and it was really hard to push the wheel inside. Sometimes I really need to push it like crazy to get it out and things like that. So on this piece I actually made this out of plastic, so it's a little bit thicker than the aluminum piece, and that way I don't have to use this bolt. But it's a modification I made. Of course, when you get the off-shell component, it's not like this. So with this, they finally solved the problem. And second thing, I noticed that they're really up to their game with the machining. So this piece really looks like perfect. It looks like it is polished aluminum. So probably this is machined, I think maybe even on a 5-axis CNC. And yeah, so far QR2 is looking really promising. Everything I tried looks and works really well, and everything is really tight in regards to tolerances. On QR1 you can push this with one hand easily, so when you're removing the wheel you can just push it like this with one hand, pull it out. Of course, if you have a modified QR1 like I have, so you can actually push it out with one hand. If you have the one with the rubber thingy, it will not be possible to pull it out with one hand, but I could do it and I liked it really much. But on this QR you cannot push it with one hand. Whatever you do, you just need to use two hands like this to push it, to release the two pins. And there is one more thing, it's the way they made it. Like if you bend this ring just a little bit when you are pulling it out, it will brush against this surface right here, and over time this could get damaged and not looking really nice. So I have this one, I use it a couple of times and you can see already I have a scratch right here because I was not pulling it nicely and evenly like this. I was probably made it a little bit crooked and then I pulled, and now you can see that these surfaces are brushing against each other Same on this one. I don't know if you will be able to see this on camera. But yeah, have that in mind, that if you want this to look pretty, you will need to be really careful when you're pulling it out. Alright, so now we can disassemble this QR to see what's inside. And you can do that by removing these 4 bolts right here. So when you remove these 4 bolts, this ring will just fall down. And now you can remove this. So now you can see the basic operation of the QR when you push this inside. These pins engage with it and will not allow it being pulled back because these springs are holding it, and this ring is pushing these pins to engage with the base part of the QR2. So pretty nice design, and I think the Fanatec got it right this time. I believe that this part will be good, and in the long run it should run fine without any troubles. So yeah, Fanatec finally made a good QR system. So if we compare this to the QR1, the QR1 has these balls that are engaging, as you can see when I'm pushing the ring. They are engaging with the other side of the QR and they are holding it, not being able to pull out, but everything else is holding only on this side. So if this hole is a little bit bigger than the one on the base side QR, you will have some play and it will go like this, and you could feel it while you are driving if you are sensitive to this stuff. So how it looks inside, it has this ring that you can remove. Okay, so the ring is on the floor, and when you remove the ring you can see the spring and you can see the little balls that are just put there like this. And yes, QR1 has this hole for the bolt that was meant to be fixating your QR permanently to the base, but honestly I don't see the point in doing that, because what is the point of quick release that cannot be quickly released? So probably this would only make sense for people that have their wheels permanently attached to the base, so they probably have only one wheel and do not plan to exchange the wheels very often. Alright, so changing the QR1 to QR2 is pretty simple. You can just remove all the screws. I already did that. And you also need to remove this washer. And then you have this bag with the tools you need to change the QR. And you also have new screws that you need to put, because these screws have bigger head than this one. And you got this new ring that you need to install. And it goes like here, and then you just need to tighten it up with the new screws. So this plate is used to guide the connector to the right position. I think it's very important that you mount this correctly, because if you don't, you might damage your pins or something like that, and you don't want to do that, do you? Okay, so we have this piece installed, and now you simply put the QR inside. You cannot make a mistake, because like this it does not go in. So that's it for the McLaren wheel, and now we can do it on the F1. So same thing. Don't mind this cable, because this wheel is modified by me. It is converted to USB using the SRM conversion kit. So I have this piece right here that is holding this cable. So basically with this kit I converted my wheel to USB, so now I can use it on any wheel, and I can use it with my SimiCube. And that's it. This is how it looks. And for my third wheel, that is on a Fanatec Universal Hub Generation 1, I made a whole video about it. It's already changed, and I had to modify this Universal Hub to do it. So if you want to check it out, there is an entire video about it. You can look for it in the description of this video. Okay, so we came to the conclusion of this video. So is it worth to upgrade to QR2 if you already have quick release 1? I would say probably yes, and mostly because this new quick release from Fanatec is rock solid, rigid, doesn't move at all, and these old ones do have some movement. So you will protect this connector and the pins, because if these pins move while you are using the wheel, you are basically damaging the contacts all the time, which could compromise your connection to the base. And also in some cases it has been known that these pins can break. So for that reason alone, I think it's worth it, because in the future it could save you some bucks if these pins get broken or something like that. The other reason is if you are sensitive to wheel shaking and feeling the play in the wheel while you're driving, you'll also feel this upgrade. Third thing is the ability to just put the wheel on without having to push this, but I think this is a minor thing. All in all, I don't know, you have to decide by yourself what are your options. Financially, I think Fanatec might lower the prices just a little bit more to make this a little bit more accessible to all people. Yeah, but everybody in the end has to decide on their own, is it worth it or not, and what their budget is, will they do it or not. And that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. In the next video I will be building the extension for the SimiCube 2 that will be able to hold the new QR2 system from Fanatec, because I believe this is probably the best QR system on the market right now, and I want to use it with my SimiCube wheel. So stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe, and click that notification bell icon, because you might want to be notified about the new videos that are coming.